Officials say one southern Kentucky man convicted of killing his own mother may soon be set free from prison. A man accused of killing a Louisville police officer was back in court Monday. And we'll tell you about a new study on how much of a problem air pollution could cause you.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. Your time is 4:59 on Tuesday, April the 9th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. It is a foggy start to your Tuesday. It's almost like the earth has a blanket over it, much like you would probably wish you still had this morning. Let's bring Brandon in and get an idea of what to expect temperature-wise and if there should be any rain falling this morning. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, my friend. And so far, so good on the rain, but there's a lot of moisture in the air in the form of, like you said, fog. Let's take a look at the visibility map. I haven't had to use this in a while, but it is dense fog this morning, so give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going. Lots of folks well less than a mile there and a lot of locations, so just kind of give yourself, again, plenty of time to get out and about this morning. A few clouds still left over, but most of the rain is gone. Live pinpoint Doppler radar also nice and quiet. Temperatures this morning mid to upper 50s, so a fairly quiet start to the day. Headlines for today: we'll see a foggy morning giving way to clearing skies, and those warm temperatures will continue into mid to late week. The rest of the forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Will.
All righty, Brendan, we'll check back in with you. Thank you. The murder is more than 40 years old. Now a Corbin man could walk the streets again. George Napier was convicted of killing his own mother with a shotgun back in 1975. His family says they are concerned about his parole, saying they don't want him to get out. We are told they got a letter notifying them that his parole was granted. Right now, it is not reflected on the corrections site.
I'm 76, and I lived a great life, but I still want to spend more time with my grandchildren. I'd hate for something happen, and we're really worried about it because he swore in court that he would kill us when he got out.
We are waiting to hear back from the Kentucky Department of Corrections on Napier's status. A truck driver charged in the death of Louisville detective Deidre Mengadote was back in court yesterday. Roger Burdette is charged with murder following the crash on Christmas Eve. Prosecutors asked for more time to review evidence. Burdette's attorneys say they also need more time in another pretrial hearing. The judge also commented on a recent drug test that incorrectly said Burdette had drugs in his system while on house arrest.
I did get the notice from the jail or from the corrections department about the positive test, and I appreciate that they were on top of that, and also appreciate that they found out very quickly that was a false positive. So thank you all for your patience.
Burdette was released back to house arrest after the false positive was discovered. He is due back in court next month. A Leslie County road is back open this morning after being closed for hours yesterday following a mudslide. As I found out, school officials had to scramble to find a way to make sure students got to school safely and on time Monday. As rain drenches the mountains, crews work to clean up slides. A familiar sight for many here in eastern Kentucky and something school officials work around often.
We are always mindful of our roads, the shape they're in, and the landslides that we have to deal with.
Brett Wilson is the superintendent of Leslie County Schools and said slides come with the territory.
It's something that unfortunately we have to live with here in the mountains. We're not the only district that deals with it.
This slide on Kentucky 1780 is affecting one of Leslie County's major routes.
We had to reroute our kids whenever the landslide occurred.
Some of the routes longer, but credit for keeping kids safe goes to a working relationship with many moving parts that keep the kids that way.
When you have good people like that working with you, it makes this job a lot easier.
So the district, along with their bus drivers and monitors, can get their students to and from school safely and efficiently. Now, barring anything else happening, officials say there should be no problems in that area this morning. Let's turn now to some weather-related news. 2 tornadoes touched down in one Alabama county early Monday morning. The National Weather Service says EF1 and EF0 hit Blount County, causing damage in the area. 2 people were also hurt in the storms, but luckily there are no reports of any deaths. A Perry County family escaped their home just moments before it went up in flames Monday afternoon. Crews say they got a call about the house fire around 1:30, but when they arrived just a few minutes later, flames were already shooting out of the roof of the home in Hardbury. It took several hours to put out the fire.
The homeowner said that they were inside. He heard something upstairs when he went to check. He found smoke.
Firefighters say everyone inside was able to get out safely. Crews do not know what caused the fire at this time. They say even with the rain and damp ground, because it was an older wooden home, the flames spread quickly. Meanwhile, a new study is out linking particulate matter air pollution to hundreds of thousands of deaths each year. The EPA defines particulate matter as the mix of solid and liquid droplets floating in the air in the form of dirt, dust, soot, or smoke. It can come from coal and natural gas-fired plants, as well as cars, agriculture, unpaved roads, construction, and wildfires. The new study was published Monday in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. It linked air pollution exposure to more than 107,000 premature deaths in the United States in 2011. According to the study, it also cost the nation $866 billion. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, some medical students in Oregon make a strange discovery when they inspect the body of a woman who died from natural causes.
Conditions will slowly improve today and sunshine will return later, but as you can see behind me, the fog is thick and dense this morning. I'll track out your forecast in about 3 minutes.